Another live on the Scania 143, as promised. A couple of jobs to do this evening. We are going to be getting these nicely, freshly painted outer grille covers back on the front of the truck. Before we do that, we've got a couple of little bits to do. We need to drill out this hole we've marked up there and put a rib nut in it, same as that one, to fasten our outer grills to, because the old ones are pulled out. So we've repaired this with fiberglass, marked it up, and we're going to bang a rib nut in that very shortly. Just wait for a few of you guys to join the live and we'll crack on. Is Ben going to be our first viewer this evening? Benjamin. Good evening. Another light one on the Scania. Huh? Go on, you drill into that nice fresh paint, Glenn. It's alright. Won't hold it against you. Just make sure it's the right size, won't you? Roughneck. Poor truck drilling holes in a nice painted panel. Evening, everyone. Just waiting for a few more people to join the live. Who have we got on this evening? Say hello. Any questions, feel free to ask, guys. That's what it's all about. If you just joined us for the first time, it's a Scania 143 heavy wrecker project we've been on with for the past 6 months. Plodding on. It's coming along pretty well now. Plenty to do. Plenty done. Lost about 6 viewers then, Glenn, when you drilled that nicely painted panel. Roughneck. Good evening, guys. Just waiting for a few more to jump on. Need to clear some memory out of this. Only 26 minutes left of filming. Evening, guys. How are we all doing? A couple more jobs on tonight. We've just obviously rebuilt this front end, and we noticed before we painted this, some of these, well, one of these rib nuts has been snapped out, so we've marked it up, and we're just now re-drilling this, putting some rib nuts in, same as that. Ready for our outer grille covers to go on, which we just got back from the paint shop over here. Shiny, shiny. So we're going to be banging these on this evening. A couple more other jobs to do. Got some wiring to do. But the front end is pretty much getting there now, guys. Bit of a sneak peek again for you. This is going to be featured on the next episode, which will be dropping in the next couple of days. She's now got headlights, she's got some eyes, indicators are on, fitted all the brackets, front grill's all built up. So she's getting there. These handles are now back on, nicely painted as well. Got all these grill covers painted as well for it, but I've not brought them down yet. So these are going on probably tomorrow night now. For this evening, we're going to concentrate on getting these in. If you are joining us for the first time, this is a Scania 143 heavy wrecker project. I've been building this now for about 6 months. It's an absolute wreck when we got it. Pulled it off the coast of North Wales, sat there rotting away, and we've done a shed load of work to it. All these bodies have been off. Chassis all been shot blasted, all the gear's been rebuilt, all repainted, all new running gear, and plenty of stuff done on this. All the episodes are on the channel. If you're new to the channel, feel free to go over there and have a watch of those episodes. So she's finally getting somewhere now. I feel like we're going places with it at last. Interior is now fully complete. We just need to go and pick it up, and that is probably going to be featured in the next episode. If not the next episode, it may roll into the one after it, because we've already got quite a lot of footage coming on the next episode, and that's already in the making. So, but yeah, the interior that's going in this is going to look pretty stunning, to be fair. Evening, Ashley. Yo, funny bits. Good evening, mate. So yeah, if you have been following from the beginning, you will have seen just how far this has come. We've also had it all detailed under this grille as well. Need to get some new bonnet struts. As I painted these old ones, put them on, and then realised that actually they're not good, which is fantastic. So we need to get some more of them, get them painted. Well, yeah, doesn't look pretty under there as well. We've refurbed all this grille, all the meshing, all the hinges, all the brackets. These brackets were in a right state. We've had to do quite a bit of welding on this. All these headlight brackets have all been zinc plated as well. Lovely jubbly. Did you build it? Pretty much, mate, yeah. It's well, it was already a wrecker when we got it, but it was basically, we sat down on the coast of North Wales for 10 years, Glenn.
Yeah, they owned it for 10 years, and for the last 4 years, it sat on the side of the docks, feeling sorry for itself.
Basically just filling with seawater and stuff, so all these bodies, there's pretty much no floors in them. So we've had to put all new floors in these, welded in. Did over 180 foot of welding just on these side lockers. So yeah, we pretty much did build it in a certain degree, I suppose. Well, these are all done now. Just running some new wiring looms in. We've ripped all the old wiring out. The cabling was like well fat because all these lights used to be bulb. So it was drawing quite a bit of a current, but we've replaced all these now for LED, so we can run some thinner cabling in. We've modernised it all. These are all side repeating as well. We've had the flyer off. All this has all been rebuilt. Again, all the body's been gone through. All the rams have been rebuilt. It's had all new pins and bushes, all new hydraulic hoses. And under here, we actually had to have these cross members remade because the old one's completely gone. So we had to have these laser cut and specially made by a local steel fabricator. Pay no attention to these, by the way, because these are just temporary at the minute. We've got some temporary blocks in there because we're waiting for the proper pads coming. So these are just holding it in place for now. Obviously, these will all be replaced once we've got them pads, and then we can fit our full arch liner in there, which we've got over here already cut out and ready to go. But we can't put that on until we've got the body mounts in place, because obviously we'd have to take it back off again. But yeah, you can see under there just how much work we've put into this body. All this has been completely rebuilt, remade all this. So I've had to remake all these mounting points. It's all stone chips under here now. A little bit muddy because I was running it around the yard last week. All the chassis has been repainted. All new running gear, new airbags, new drums, new shoes. New slack adjusters, new chambers, new wheel bearings, new oil seals. It's pretty much had everything, this. It's been a mammoth task. All these lights have been replaced for basically the same lamps as what was in it. So we're sticking with the original theme, so to speak, but these are now all LED, so they're a lot brighter and don't draw as much of a current. I'll climb up the back here. I'll show you up the back if I can get up. It's quite high. Again, all in there has been all redone. Just a little bit of tidying up to do on the cabling, but for the most part, it's all new. Need to put some stickers on it yet. Oh. Just running some new looms into these backlights as well. This is all going to be putting conduit as well. This is just for test purposes at the moment. But we've replaced all these back lamps for LED as well. Pretty much the same down that side. Shed loads. Them dot regulations. What do you mean, mate? Don't understand that. Silver handles go great with the pearl white body. Yeah, well, originally, these doors are new. These are fabricated new because the old doors was completely rotten. And we got these was new as well. And we thought that they was actually stainless steel because they looked it. They were nice and shiny, almost chrome looking when we got them. And they was on the shelf for probably 5 months, 5.5 months. So when we come back to get them, to put them on, thinking they were going to go on nice and shiny, they'd actually rusted. So it turns out they weren't stainless steel. So we've had to paint these, but it turned out well, to be honest, because obviously we've got stuff like this going on with this checker plate that's been painted. The wheels are in that colour as well. Tread plates are in that colour. So it's broken up a little bit. There's also a trim that goes around the top of the door there, which is going to be in the same colour. The Scania badge on the front is going to be in that colour. So it should all tie in pretty well. Take you for a little look inside if you've not seen it yet. We're on with colour coding this whole interior as well and customising it, just making it a bit of a nicer place to be, really. If you've been in these 143s, you'll know the interiors are quite boring and a bit bland. So obviously I've got this centre console painted white, same as body colour. These are the A-pillar trims which go up the side of the windscreen there. So those are in white as well, obviously. We've got these top lockers back in now. So this underside's painted white. We've also got all the locker doors, all the switch panels and all that painted white as well. We fitted a custom roof liner because the old one was knackered and we could not find one of them for love nor money. So we've actually made that from scratch. Same again on the backboard. It's all been fully insulated. We're going to be putting a chamfered panel in there, sort of on an angle, and then we're fitting like a sound system in there with some speakers and amplifiers and stuff. The dash has been fully flocked as well. We should all tie in really well, I think. This front panel's been painted. We've got a new windscreen coming. The seats, the quarter card, side panels and all the bed, that's all now ready at the trimmer to be collected, and that's something quite nice, to be honest. We've had it all fully customised, fully embroidered. It's all had piping and stuff put in it. So she's coming together finally. Again, if you've got any questions, guys, feel free to ask. This is a live chat. Feel free to chat away. Just have to bear with me a little bit because I'm trying to do a bit of filming for the next episode, as well as do a live stream at the same time. So if I go quiet from time to time, I'm not being rude. I'm just trying to get some footage for the channel. Don't forget as well, guys, we've got the Mark II channel. If you've not subscribed to that, we're going to be moving our lives over to the Mark II channel in the coming months, and also doing some behind the scenes footage and some different sort of projects on there. We're always going to keep with the commercial side of stuff on this channel, but we are just doing some other bits of restoration on the Mark II channel. So that's Retro Restoration Garage Mark II. Search that up on YouTube, head over there and give us a subscribe if you don't mind. Panel's going on. It makes a big difference, just little bits like that. Under here as well, we've got a massive big weighted bumper, and to be honest, it doesn't look the best because it sticks out like way far, but it does serve a purpose because it's got to pin that front end down to the floor. When you've got something behind this and you're tugging on it, there's nothing to keep that front end pinned down. Normally these have like a counterbalance behind the cab, but on this particular truck you'll see it's got a fuel tank there, which we've also refurbed. So there's no counterbalance behind the cab. So what they've done is they've put a weighted front bumper on it, and it is type approved with that, so it's got to go back on. It's currently outside in a bit of a sorry state, so that's one of the next big missions we've got to do, is get this weighted front bumper fixed up. We're probably going to cut some holes out of it, countersink some spotlights in there, and just generally try and make it look a bit more appealing, rather than it having a big massive chin sticking out here. It's just a big massive lump of steel. We're going to try and rework it a little bit and make it look a little bit better. Well, that's that on. She's coming together. Was there any of you guys on who've been following this from the beginning, or are you all new to the channel? Is this the first time you've been seeing this project, or have we got some viewers on here tonight that have been following this build? Let us know in the comments, please. You can ask for some opinions on some bits and bobs as well soon. Get some feedback on a couple of bits we're planning on doing. See what you guys think. Is the hole in the right spot? First shot. Cheers, Ash. Press stop on that one.
Looks like a scania again.
It's getting there, isn't it? Windscreen's going back in next week as well. And these lockers have got to come back out. We just put these in temporary because when we fitted that custom roof liner, obviously we lost the holes, or we covered the holes for these top lockers, so we've put these in, drilled them all so now we know it fits, and then it can come back out. We've got to fit these side cards in. We've got to do a bit of trimming just on that top edge with some fabric up there, and then these can go back in permanently and be rebuilt with all the covers and switch panels, etc. It should make a massive difference. Yeah, well, that's the plan, because obviously we've been holding back on the interior for quite some time now because there's no glass in it. The last thing we wanted to do was put a brand new, fully refurbished interior in there. Just one sec, Glenn. And not have any glass in it. Obviously, it's a working environment, so it's going to get full of dust and crap.
We didn't want to rush in, did we?
No, so we're pretty much, it's fell into place pretty nicely, really, that the trimming lads are ready and the windscreen lads are ready for coming in as well. So we don't have to worry about it getting destroyed. This tripod's well wobbly.
Wrong on so many levels.
Got to be done.
No, but I don't like it.
Someone's got to mess it up. It may as well be you, hasn't it?
No, that's right.
At least I can blame you then and say you did that bit wrong. You'd only do it a bit with me.
Damn straight.
Just need to drop this grill down a little bit and just line it up as well. It's just out a little bit. So obviously that'll be on the final fit. We can start working these gaps. Make it look a little bit better. I've got the badges to go on yet as well. The 143 and the 450. She's gone in. Beautiful. And she is. Better than putting a big nut and bolt right through it though, isn't it? No pressure, Glenn. Don't snap the panel with that riv gun. You're live.
You're right, no pressure.
She's all good. Don't miss over panel grabbing. Have you got some bolts for it?
There's some on top of the tool chest.
What, already out?
Yeah.
This one out here or the one in there? Down there?
Yeah, big one.
What, the M6?
Yeah.
Is it them Allen head ones?
Right?
These Allen head ones?
No, not here. I'd like to change them for them other ones. These little
Where are they?
just on the corner.
Well, there's 4 corners, so give us a clue.
There we go, just need some little washers.
One in the tooth, aren't there? Oh, there's some there, Glenn, in the cab. There's that box of all the zinc plate stuff. There's some in that. What did I come over here for? Oh, that corner panel. Not you, chunk. Go on, let it pass. Is it that way? Is it the other way? It's the other way, isn't it? That's brand new then. I'm still right away at camera, hang on. Keep forgetting this is on. Yeah, you're alright. Surprised Ricky's not jumped on tonight, he's normally on the lives. So after some opinions on a couple of bits as well, guys. I've been debating whether to leave these headlight surrounds in black or do we paint them white. Our concern is when we've seen some of these 143s with these painted, I think it almost makes it look like a Volvo. So we're pretty tempted to leave them black, and also with having the grill mesh black and these vents black. Obviously the wiper arms are going black, mirror arms are going black, but the actual mirror covers themselves are going white. We've got the sun visor now all painted. It's got a deep visor for this, and that's all now painted in white as well. So we're just a bit unsure. We're pretty sure we'll leave them black, but I'd like some opinions on that. What would you do? Black or white? And also, sticker wise, we're thinking of putting a bit of a stripe down here. I don't know if you've seen any of the old lantern stuff, the old lantern recoveries. This is actually an ex-Lanterns truck, by the way. So we run a bit of a stripe down here and then sort of bend it up and off up into the flyer. Or do we just leave it plain? And take no notice of that, by the way. That's just temporary at the moment. We've just put this on for mocking up purposes because we're going to make this pipe here. Got to put a new pipe on. We would have loved to put a twin stack on this, but there just ain't enough room. The airbox being over there and the body being so close, there ain't enough room for the airbox and a stack, so we're stuck with a single stack. And then once we've got the beacons on, we can then cut this to size because we don't want it below the beacons because it's just going to suck the beacons up. So once we've got those in place, we can then work out how high this needs to be, and we're going to put a bit of a angle on it and a slash cut. Evening, Ben. Black headlight surrounds. Yeah, I think I do agree with that. We'll see if anybody else is going to throw some opinions out there. JK, no idea what you're going on about, mate. You're using the custom bonnet stick?
Yeah.
Custom bonnet stick.
Scania approved.
As I was saying earlier, we need to get some new struts for it, which is odd because they did used to work these. But they've been painted, we've got them back, and now they've decided they don't want to hold the grill up. Which is a shame, so more money, Scania tax. Beautiful, cheers mate. Should be in a pig.
Yeah.
Can you get to the back of it with a, not in a washer? Do you want one?
Yeah,
Shiny bolts. Do you want a nylock or a non-nylock?
non-mile. In fact, let me just try.
I'll get you one of each in case you change your mind by the time I get back. What you say?
I'm going to try and move them. Put me with that press instead.
Is it pulled out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put these on here anyway if you need them. We've also refurbed all the radiator, intercooler. Oh yeah, we did all these cab bushes as well, didn't we? At the beginning. All these bushes here, there weren't a single one of them left. Like all the bearings had gone, all the bushes had gone. You could literally get hold of the cab and just like flop it about. There was just nothing, was there?
They were that bad, we didn't have anything to send as a sample to see if we had
Oh, yeah. So this torsion bar, all this has been off. We've shot blasted this, sent it all off for zinc plating. All these bushes have been done, all the bearings, obviously all these brackets have been away for plating. All the airbags have been done. All these brackets and bushes have been done. It's just been a mammoth undertaking. A hell of a lot more work than we was expecting as well, to be honest. But these things do escalate. This were meant to be a quick recommission. We actually went down to buy this because we'd only seen pictures of it. So we'd gone down to buy it to Wales. We'd actually drove down in the Jeep, took some tray plates with us, expecting to drive it home. And yeah, what he didn't tell us is that the pictures that we've seen was quite a few years old. And we got there, had a look at it, and quite quickly put the tray plates away and said, yeah, we're not driving this home. So we ended up going down a couple of nights later with a low loader. Loaded her up and dragged her home on the back of a trailer. There's quite some history to this truck. It's done the rounds. It's quite a well-known truck in the recovery world. Or she was back in the day. Evening, Christopher. What she have for power? Well, it's got a V8 in it. It's a 450 V8, but it has done a stint over in Ireland and a few other places, so she might have a bit of paddy power put into her. So God only knows what it is at the minute. But obviously we've not really had chance to run it. When we got it, it was a complete wreck. It weren't usable. So now it's at this point. It is all operational now, but because it's still in build, we've only literally driven it around our yard. So we've not had any opportunity to put it to the test and see what sort of poke it's got in it. Ben, I may have missed it, but what's happening with the front bumper? Yeah, I've just got back to that, Ben. You might have just missed it on the beginning of the live. The bumper is currently, I'll show you, it's got to go back on, Ben, basically. It needs to be on. It serves a purpose. It keeps that front end pin down. So like it or lump it, she has got to go back on. So there's the big lumpy front bumper. It's quite dark out here, I don't know if you can see it. But this has got to go back on. Let me just chuck a light on. Come on. Oh, it's one of them takes ages to warm up. So it's currently upside down at the minute, and you probably won't be able to see it because it's that dark out here. But basically, there's quite a few holes in it. There's a big hole in there. And what we're planning on doing with that is possibly cutting some holes out the front and countersinking some of the, you know, the old 3 Series Hella Spotlights, the big square ones. Countersinking some of them into the bumper and potentially lobbing a piece of this out so that the bracket sits inside the bumper a little bit further, which will allow the bumper to sort of press further into the truck, just so it's not stuck out as far. There's not really a lot more we can do with it, to be honest. We're going to put a big mud flap underneath it as well, a big scania flap right across the front, and paint it white. Basically, that's all we can do.
Round the corners at home and make it a bit more aerodynamic.
Hey?
Try and round the corners up, make it a little bit more aerodynamic.
Yeah, like I say, we're just going to try and style it up a little bit. There's not an awful lot more we can do with it, and it's there to serve a purpose, isn't it? Unfortunately, it would look miles better with the original 3 Series bumper on, but it'd just be doing wheelies all the time with any weight behind it.
Couldn't put anything bigger than a 7.5 ton on it.
Yeah. Get on. Are they on now, yeah? So there we have it, guys. She's now got her eyes, her face, and her ears. Well, she's not got her ears yet, but we'll call these the cheeks. She's got cheeks back. Oh, it's getting there. Fit well then. Like brand new. What else can we get on with? Anything?
I'm really not looking forward to drilling it, to put lights on it and...
Got to be done on it. We're saying we've got like beacons and stuff to put in it, like stuff like this to go in the front grille. We're going to be putting obviously various different lights and strobes and stuff on it, but it just seems a real shame to be like drilling fresh paint. So every time we need to drill and all, it's like, but it's got to be done. Spotlights and flat will look great. Big old steel bumper looks great in a recovery truck. Yeah, at least it'll make it look a bit more appealing, won't it, Ben? By the time this big deep visor's back on it as well, I'll change it again. I was wondering if we could get like a bit of an air kit on it, you know, just like the side little aero kit. I don't think it'd go on. And then again, it seems a shame to cover the stack, doesn't it? All the hubs have been painted as well. We've got our front hubs done and hub caps. We've got to do these rear ones yet. That's one of the next missions as well. We're going to be coding these hubs in. Just got a VPW axle on the back of her. Twin tag as well, that. So those are going to be one of the next jobs, painting these red to suit. We've also refurbished the little lever control box. We've colour coded 2 of them because they're the winches. So those will correspond to the winch guides, or fair leads as they're called. Will also be in the same colours because it's a twin winch. Will be in the same colour as the handles, so we know which handle is doing which winch. Just makes it easier. Got some work lights put on the back and some little outline markers on it. We're going to be putting some work lamps just on the underneath of the underlift as well, so when this is down on the floor you can see underneath the truck you're lifting up. And we're going to be putting like a reverse camera on it and stuff as well. We've got chains that pull out of here, which we're renewing. All new winch cables to go on it yet as well. And the shed load of checker plate, which we've got all stacked up here at the back, because all the way across the top of the body, all the way up to there, is all lined with checker plate all the way up. And then the inside of that flyer as well, you see it around here a bit better. All the inside of this is getting checker plated also to cover it all. So obviously by the time all the wiring's in, you won't see any of that. It'll all be nice shiny silver checker plate. Evening, Gerald. What are you doing down there?
Take this cover off. I'm going to drill these bolts because
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
we keep looking at it and putting it off. It needs doing.
Yeah, so basically when we strip this truck for shot blasting, all these bolts sheared off. So we put a couple in the top just for now, so we could put this on without it falling off and getting trashed. But we forgot to drill the bottom holes out, so these holes here need drilling out so we can get some nice shiny new bolts in. We've got to put the mud flaps on these wheel arches as well yet. And obviously all the marker lights. Oh, and that was another thing I wanted your opinions on as well. What do you reckon with this gap here? Now I've been told that this shouldn't have a panel in there, but we're thinking we might just make something just to go fill a bit of that gap in, just to drop the level of that cab down a bit.
Quite a void from there.
Yeah, it's quite a big gap in it, so we're thinking of potentially making something to fill some of this gap in. What do you reckon to that? And obviously we've got some lights to go in. Usually they only have one light there, but we're going to be putting one under there as well to light each step up, and possibly one underneath, because when the front bumper's on, this creates another step. It's actually got 3 steps, so we're going to be putting lights under each one. I would put a white panel with a Rev 8 badge. I'll cut the white panel out. Yeah, that's what we're thinking, Ben. Do it in probably, obviously, steel. Folding edge on it so we can fasten it up to the cab, put a marker light on it or whatever. Like say some sort of a V8 badge or something maybe. Evening trucker, how you doing, mate? As I was saying, we're running all new wiring looms into this lot, and what we've done, we've fitted a aluminium track up here to run the wiring on top of, so it's protected and out of the way. But what that has also allowed us to do, if we can find one, oh here, we've got these LED strip lights. These are a good quality one as well. They're a proper LED one, not cheap. It's quite expensive, these lamps, but they are extremely bright. So what that has allowed us to do now is to be able to fasten up our strip lights onto that aluminium trim as well in any position we want. So we're going to be putting one of these in each, right in the middle of each compartment. So it should be nice and bright when you open these doors up so you can see exactly what you're doing. So obviously this houses all the equipment inside these. We've had to replace all these floors as well. All this was completely gone, so all this has been chopped out and replaced. Those are the ballasts that we're using to make the side markers flash with the indicators. So those will, and these, that and that will all light up with the side lights, obviously, side markers. But then these ballasts will make all these flash when you put the indicators on. Plonk. She off. And so basically we've got to re-drill 3 holes there. That looks fun. Is it worth grinding them flat first?
Yeah, so I'm looking at.
Grind the heads off them, centre punch them and then drill them out. Are you grinding new paint? You love destroying new paint, you, don't you? Trucker, love the 143. Have you been following the build, mate? V8, yes, she's a V8. What is my favourite truck? I do like Scanias, I'm not going to lie. I do like the old Volvos. The old FHs, they're a good wagon. Always love the 143s. I do prefer the tractor units. But this is just something different, isn't it? You don't see many 143 heavy wreckers, especially in this day and age. But the equipment on this, just bear with us a sec guys, just trying to reposition this. I'm not good at multitasking. I position the camera in a nice spot and then Glenn's got an habit of sitting in front of it. Don't you?
Hey?
I said I put the camera in a nice position and then you've got an habit of sitting in front of it. Yeah, as I was saying, the gear on this is Century 50-30 gear. And it's pretty much very similar stuff that they're still fitting on modern trucks today, this gear. So it's more than capable of keeping up with modern day trucks. It's just the emissions side of it, really. Obviously, being an old truck, it's all Euro 6 stuff now you need for London and Bradford and all that in it. So they still get some use, but I think inevitably old trucks like this will sadly be outlawed with the emissions rules. So all these clean air zones coming in everywhere. Go for it. You move around this side, I'll move this camera around if you are. You get it. Centre punch. Have you got an hammer out, Glenn, or not? Yeah. You got that one?
Yeah.
Shit. Pardon my French. So if you're just joining us there, guys, we're just drilling some bolts out in a minute that had previously sheared off, that we forgot to drill out before we painted it clearly. So, bit of a touch up, but all this is covered up anyway by this. So we need to drill these bolts out to be able to bolt this cover back on, which we've had nicely repainted. No idea what them are for though, so if anybody knows what they were for, obviously owning some part of the recovery equipment, but we can't work out what went on there because there's nothing to like pin anything in. It just doesn't make sense to have something loose on the back of the wagon that can fall off at any point.
I think they were for the saddles, but current laws now, you couldn't have them without being secure.
Evening, John. Lovely red on the front. Yeah, we was thinking about it, to be honest, John, but we just sort of pulled away from it a little bit because I don't know. I think there's not really many places you can put the red. We was thinking about doing like the mirror arms and stuff red, but I just don't think it'd tie in well. So we are, as I was saying earlier, thinking of having some sort of a stripe put down it. Maybe if we could put some red down here, which then bends off up into the flyer. So there is going to be some decals on it, stickers or whatever you want to call them, but yeah, there's not really many places we can put the red. So they always look good in white, don't they? When it's all colour coded, everything's back on it. Nice and clean, tidy and subtle. I was considering getting some Dura-Bright wheels for it as well, but there's that much that still needs money spending on it. That might come in the future, but for now we've just repainted. We've had shot blasted and repainted the original wheels. Well, saying that, the back ones are actually brand new rims on the outers, but the originals are on the inners, which we've repainted. So there's lots of stuff we could do, but we'll only add to it. The thing at the minute is we just want to get it all put back together, get it operational, and then we can add to it as and when we please at that point. Just to be able to get in it and run it, it'll be a massive achievement. Evening, Tobias. Cheers, mate. So if some of you guys just joined us for the first time, please do head over to the channel. Just click the channel name there, and there's loads of episodes on this. I think we're about 40 episodes in now, literally from day one, going through all the fabrication process, so stripping this truck down, taking all the bodies off, removing all the rams, stripping all the interior out, painting the chassis, the engine, everything's there. It's all documented on the channel, guys. So if you've not seen it, please do get over and have a watch of some of these videos. That's what they're there for. And again, don't forget to head over to our Mark II channel and hit subscribe there, please, guys. We're trying to grow the second channel at the minute because we're going to be moving our live streams over and some of our other restoration projects over to the second channel. That's Retro Restoration Garage MK2. Because what we've found is, because we're doing such a variety of different stuff on this main channel, we've been doing truck restorations, car restorations, motorbike restorations, and it seems to disrupt the algorithm a little bit, and it affects the views, because if 1 minute we're doing a truck which is getting good views, and then the next minute we move on to a car, it's sort of a targeting a different audience, and I think it just confuses YouTube a little bit as to what type of people we're trying to target with our videos. So we're trying to sort of keep this channel to like the heavy restoration stuff, fabrication, welding and all this kind of stuff, and then we're going to move some of the smaller stuff over to the Mark II channel. We've got some old cars coming on that channel, stuff that we've pulled out of barns and stuff, and trying to get them running, trying to get them driving, first wash in like 30 years and stuff like that. We've also got an old CBR 400 baby blade around the back here that we're going to be doing soon. This old beast, which this was pulled out of a barn in Preston, Lancashire, sat since 2012. Love these things, they've just got a really cool look about them, haven't they? Little CBR 400 baby blade. This is coming to the channel soon. But again, this is going to be, there is a video on this on the main channel, but again, this sort of stuff's now going to be moved over to the Mark II channel, so head over there guys, hit subscribe. You got through it?
For that first one, I'm right through.
Yeah, I've had the channel for a couple of years now, but from the beginning I was just more taking pictures and doing like picture collages of the process. I didn't really do any footage like we're doing now, actual camera footage, being on camera and all that sort of stuff. We've only really been doing this for like since we started this project really. So it's a bit of a new thing to us as well. So we're just trying to get a grip of it, figuring out what people want to watch, figuring out how the algorithm works. They hardened bolts. Look a bit tough.
A bit tough, yeah. I'm just trying to keep it dead straight.
You're not better zipping the back of them off with slit disc, so you don't have to drill as deep. Probably easier, won't it?
We struggle getting in on this one. I don't want to damage.
At least if you get two of them, easier. Saying that, by the time you zip through the front bit, anyway, it should knock out, shouldn't it? Embedded World Automotive. Hi team, would like to connect for a collab. I am producing content on automotive embedding systems. Might be something we'd be interested in. I don't really know what an automotive embedded system is. If you can send us some information over, we'll certainly have a look at it. If you head over to our main channel, this channel now, click on one of the videos. I always leave my email address in the description. If you want to pop me an email with that information, we'll certainly have a look at it. Embedded World Automotive would like to connect for a collab producing content on automotive embedded systems. I've actually got a feature coming up as well on a 1/2 inch impact wrench. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at this. We've had a company send us out an 1/2 inch impact gun for trial, basically, sampling. And I tell you what, I'm quite impressed by it. This is from a company called Yawai. These are a UK stockist. They sent us out this little 1/2 inch impact wrench, which I did have sort of concerns about it, because you know what this stuff's usually like. It's usually pretty cheap and nasty, but this thing has actually really impressed me. Comes with a set of 1/2-inch impact sockets, 1/2-inch extension bar, two 21-volt lithium batteries, obviously a charging station, get a little clip for your tool belt. And these are only 180 quid, but they're offering us a discount code as well for all viewers. So we're featuring this on the channel. We're going to run it. We're going to do an honest review on it and see if it stands the test of time. But it is actually really good quality. They're £180 retail. I'll drop a link in the description down here if anyone's interested in one of these. But this is also going to be featuring on a couple of videos and see how it performs. But we have been using it for the past couple of days and it's actually been really good. So there's going to be a discount code on these, and again for the money, I don't think you can beat that little thing. Nice and compact as well. It's not overly big, you can get it in some quite tight areas. So keep your eye out for that on the next coming videos. Handy to just have in back of your van, service van or whatever, so you don't have to put your £1,000 impact guns getting slung around, something like that, have knocking about. Cheap and cheerful, and it does the job. So yeah, we'll drop a link in the description to that very soon. Once this live's ended, it will be saved as a video on the channel. So if you just click back on the video once it's uploaded, after the video's ended, you'll find the link in the description to that product. In fact, you can make use of that in a minute, Glenn. You can tighten them bolts up with it. I'm saying that, you'll probably mark the paint. Embedded World, thanks for the subscribe, and I look forward to seeing your email. Phyllis, I hope I've pronounced your name right. My first car, believe it or not, was an Austin Montego. That was my first car. I actually had that on my drive when I was 14 years old and restored it on my driveway. But the first car I actually had on the road with a license was a was a Mark III Escort Eclipse, which lasted about 3 months, and then I smashed it up. New driver and all that, young lad. Suppose we've all been there. And then after that, I got a, what them little Citroens called? We're an AX. No, the little
AX.
Citroen AX. Yeah, the little Citroen AX.
Oh, it's cute.
It was cute. And then what did I get after that? Well, then I got a Mark IV Escort. And then I got my first brand new ever car, which was a Citroen C2. And then I got a Volkswagen Bora 20 valve turbo after that. So a bit of a variety.
What we're going to do, put roof nuts in that?
In those? Yeah, I think we'll have to, won't we? Well, you could nut and bolt them if you wanted to. Depends how posh you want to be. Yeah, you'll get your arms up there. Behave yourself. I just realised I've not even videoed any of that. I'm getting carried away with the live and I'm not getting any footage. Bloody memories full. I need to up our game, Glenn, and invest in some GoPros and microphones and stuff. You love it. Never mind what I've bought now. What have you just rocked up with this evening?
Practical. What a piece of equipment.
If that's what you call it. I have to have a right good clear out of this. Memory's well full. You what? What are you looking for? Sorry guys, I'm just trying to clear some memory up on my other camera. I'm trying to record for the next episode whilst I'm doing the live at the same time. And as women will tell you, men aren't very good at multitasking. Well, I'm not anyway. We got them?
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff on here. I've got an habit of taking the same picture about 12 times. I don't really know why. Show you a little sneak peek of the seats in a sec, guys, as well. I've got a picture up on this phone here. So that's one of our seats that's just been retrimmed. Obviously we've got some headrests for it as well, which are not in the picture, but they have now been trimmed as well. I think they're going to look pretty good in there. What do you reckon? What makes me happy? You don't want to know the answer to that question, my friend. I'll leave that to your imagination.
Meat pies.
Yeah, there is that. You like a good old sausage roll, don't you, Glenn?
Right?
You like a good old sausage roll, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Every now and again. Various times a day.
I enjoy working hours.
Well, it is 10 past 10 at night. We're still working, so. You know what? I left the keys in that old BMW in yard, actually. I better go and get them.
Did what?
I left the keys in that old BMW. I've only been in there about a week. I'll take you for a little look at one of the other upcoming projects as well, guys. This is going to be featured on the Mark II channel. Go for a walk. see it just over there, buried in the corner. Excuse me. So here we have an old BMW 525 E21, and this has been sat in a barn for many years. It's actually had a lot of the crap washed off it now because it's been sat out here in the rain for a week. But we're going to be doing a little video on this. We're not going to be restoring this car. We're just intrigued to see if it'll start after all these years, whether we can get it running and driving. So we're going to be doing a little will it start video on this, and then we're going to be giving it a wash and just giving it a sort of a hit with a buffer and just seeing how clean we can get it up without doing any paint work to it. So it's probably not going to come up that clean, but just for a bit of entertainment purposes really. She's a bit rough. Look at that. So I've just realised I've left the keys in it, so I need to get the keys out of it, if they're still there. But you don't see many of them anymore, do you? You've certainly done the rounds as well. I think it must have been owned by somebody who was previously in the forces or something. There's lots of like military type stickers and stuff in it. But anyway, that will be coming soon. Let me get the keys out of her. Oh, no one's took them, so that's a bonus. Give you a little look inside. The old school BM. Hey, do you remember these? Who remembers these? The old Kenwood pullouts. The old Kenwood pullouts, look. Remember walking to the shop with that on the around for a bottle of milk? For old school, that. So again, if you want to see this coming to the channel, head over to Retro Restoration Garage MK2 on YouTube, and that video on that car should be uploaded in the next probably 3 to 4 days, say. Anyway, back to the Scania. Cold out here tonight. Winter's certainly coming in, isn't it? Torch back on charge. Put them keys in your box, go on. She gone? Good boy. Ripping up time. A bit more.
A little bit long.
Where's them cone cutters we had?
Did dotted them all over.
It's flown by tonight, hasn't it?
Because I was getting bothered in a century, that's what it was.
Yeah. That's those holes now drilled out. Got a little bit. What was that? I don't know what that was. As we're saying, those holes drilled out now. Just got to touch those bits up with a bit of red paint. I'm going to put some riv nuts in them rather than messing about with nuts and bolts trying to get our arms up the back of this. If it ever needs to come off, I'm going to riv nut it so it captivates the thread and just put bolts straight in it. Yeah, give us that drill bell sharpen it.
Right?
Give me that drill bell sharpen it.
I just gone off there.
Yeah, but that one he was rubbing them decking screws out with the other day. Precision. One-handed as well. Yeah, I'll try that. It's still crap. Should we try that again?
Yeah, you've had your practice getting on.
Yeah, I was just playing with. I'll do it properly this time for you.
Right.
I think that'll cut well. Surely that's got to work now, hasn't it? If that don't work, then you're on your own.
Thank you.
Evening. That's better. Rip your arms off now, that. Yeah, the first, it was just a trial run. That's all it was. Ooh. Now she's sharp. Go on, do it.
Knocking my chin off.
Do you want me to unsharpen it a bit for you?
Yeah, put a blunt edge on it.
Anyone needs any drill bit sharpening? I'm your man.
Look at that, it's like the groove in.
Oh, I need to record this bit, I keep forgetting. Behind you. Not got anything out. We've got some for top, haven't we?
We need some
M8s.
washers.
The washers.
I've got little Allen key.
Tell you what, we've got to get. It's a shame because we've got them nice little gold ones, haven't we? But we haven't got any of the gold washers to suit them. I think we've run out. 1, 2, 3 of them.
These are the bolts we're going to go with.
Right, what on them top ones?
Yeah.
They got gold washers on.
Yeah.
Or are you putting M6 in it?
I'm going to put M6.
All right. Okay. What do you want?
Washer to go with that, really. Just for that
Have you
hole.
got enough of those? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think these washers are going to do it, are they? Might have to put penny washers on them. Look at the size of the holes in the front of the box. Will they be big enough?
Just, yeah.
Sweet.
Do the same again at the top.
I'll leave them as they are. The bigger ones will be a bit stronger. At least it's got some fatter ones at the top on it to hold the weight. The amount of product placement in here, Glenn, we should be getting sponsors. It's the only bad thing about live streams, isn't it? You can't have the music on. Well, we normally have music on while we're doing this sort of stuff, but while we're on a live, we'll get copyrighted and they'll just mute the video. So it's a little bit quiet and boring when we're doing live streams. What do you say?
Sounded like a rave last night.
Good job we ain't got no neighbours. They look pretty, don't they? Much better. Nice and neat. Wrong size. If there's any new ones to the channel as well, guys, please do head over and hit that subscribe button for us. Help us grow the channel. Obviously, the more we grow the channel, the better content we can produce. This is only a hobby to us. Well, this truck is. YouTube sort of stuff, just a bit of a hobby at the moment. We're both working full time, running our own companies aside from this, so we just tend to get together of an evening, do bits and bats like this. It does keep us out of mischief. Sometimes. So you turn up with stuff in your trailer.
Each mine comes in a trailer, yours comes on a truck.
Well, there is that, yeah.
Better, isn't it?
Yeah, nice and pretty. Hey?
I like that.
She does look nice and neat now. No sharp edges. Whoa.
It's beautiful.
There she is, she's on.
Like it grew there.
Fuel tank does look pretty, doesn't it? We've sort of continued the silver theme into the tank, and obviously the red theme up in the stack bracket, and also just continuing that red on into the airbox, the wing stays and everything around here. Shut this door, and right up into our airbox, which came out absolutely beautiful. It looks really nice when you stood at the back of it and you see all the bits of red coming up. It really pops against that white. Come on, absolutely mint that did. Again, just bits of red, like on the wing stays. Obviously all the chassis down here, the engine's been painted red as well. You can't really see much of it, but all the engine's been painted. And then again, keeping with the silver theme up into the intake pipes, all the intercooler pipes at the front been done in the silver. All the chassis in there, again you can't see it guys, it's pitch black, but all the chassis is red. All underneath the wheel arches have all been stone chipped. All underneath the bodies have all been stone chipped. She's really getting there now. Really happy with it. How she's turning out. So if you're just joining us this evening, we've just been fitting these outer grille covers. We've just got back from paint. She's now got a front end back on. She's got a face and her eyes back. It's really coming together now, guys. Won't be long before she's rolling out of here a complete truck again. And again, we've got the full interior coming back tomorrow. We can start putting that back in. And then the next big mission is going to be rebuilding and modifying, reprofiling this big weighted front bumper. And again, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. There's plenty of stuff like this to come on this channel, and also lots of other content. We're not just working on this truck, we've got a lot of stuff going on in the background. Content is pretty diverse on here. Hit that subscribe button. I think that is going to be it for us tonight, guys. There's not really an awful lot more we can do. It's getting late now, so we'll probably have a bit of a clear up, a bit of a tool hunt. Have a wash up, lock the place down, and do a bit more possibly tomorrow. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon, keep up to date with these videos. Lots and lots of great content to come for this channel. And we'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you all in a bit.